Welcome back to Dads, Deals, and Dumbbells, the podcast for dads who run households and run payroll.
We're your hosts, a lawyer, a chiropractor, both building businesses and raising families without losing our grip or our grip strength.
If your Monday started with a no-show employee and ended with you plunging the office toilet, this one's for you.
Definitely. Today we're talking about managing a small team, how to lead, delegate, and not become the office babysitter.
I've been a firm believer since I worked for someone else as a law clerk and then as a lawyer. One of the jobs I had there was changing the light bulbs in the hallway. And I swear to God, the light bulbs in this hallway would go out more frequently than any light bulb ever should. So like once a week, I was getting up on a ladder and changing a light bulb.
Oh, my gosh.
In our building now, I still change light bulbs. And I don't do it. I don't do it because I can't pay someone else to do it. I do it because I want my employees to take some ownership in what's going on too. And I figure modeling good behavior does not hurt.
No, not at all.
So what we're talking about today really is kind of a combination of things. And it's really trying to manage people in a small office environment. And when I think of small office, I'm thinking, we're talking like 15 people or less, probably 10 people or less, which is very common, right? My office is that size. Yours is that size. How many people do you have right now?
I think about 10 total.
Yeah. So we're at 11 right now. We have 12 starting on Monday. So with a team that size, of course, you're going to know everyone really well.
Very well.
So we're going to just jump into it right now and talk about some of the things that you want to keep in mind as you manage your small team.
Definitely. So what small team equals big visibility. So that kind of the first one, everyone knows each other. And then team of 5 every week link is obvious.
Yeah. When you have a small team and you know everybody, you know who's screwing around, who's not getting stuff done.
What's the threshold then when you don't know? 10, 12, 20?
Well, ideally, the answer is that never occurs. I think as you get bigger, I think what you have to do is you have to have better infrastructure. You have to have ways of keeping people accountable, which at some point, I will say, at some point it means you have to relinquish some of that control because you cannot, as a business owner, you cannot do it all.
No.
It's a bad idea to.
Oh, yeah.
So
nothing will get done.
When you do that and you have different layers, then you've got to have people who are enabled below you to do what you would do, keep track of those things, and stay on top of it. I think that's the simple answer. Have you actually, make it all work? That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
And I think it's very unique from business to business as well.
I was just listening to a podcast this morning. This guy had 40 plus companies.
Yeah.
Each one had his own CC. Each one had its own CEO.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I have a former law clerk of mine who's a lawyer at a pretty decent sized firm in Chicago, and she's represented a company kind of like that, where the guy has a bunch of different companies, and he's been trying to attract her to come work for him. He's like, you just tell me which company you want to run. I mean,
that's one way to recruit, right?
That's wealth on another level. But he's identified the fact that he has confidence in her management ability, her judgment. So that's somebody who he wants doing what he would do.
Yep.
So it's the same kind of thing.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
You can't hide behind layers of management in a small team. You just don't have enough people.
No.
Harvard Business Review says that small teams often outperform large teams due to trust and accountability if they are managed well.
Big if.
Yeah.
What would you say is managed well?
What is managed well? I don't think that's a simple answer. I think it really depends on the business that you're talking about, but a well-managed business is one where people know what their jobs are, they do their jobs, they stay on top of it, keep profitability in mind, minimal drama.
Performance is tracked somehow.
You have to have some level of accountability and tracking performance. For a long, long time in my office, we did not individually track attorneys. We did not have a required billable requirement. In most law firms, there is a billable requirement. You have to bill 2,000 hours in a year. You have to do this, you have to do that. Not every hour you work is a billable hour. And that was done for very specific reasons. They had to have accountability for lawyers. So we stayed away from it for a long time. And the reality is I always had a good sense as to who was doing what, who was providing value, and who's providing more value than others. But I got to a point where I wanted to make sure I could reward people who were really producing. And the only way to do that is with clear,
concrete, something
objective metrics.
Yeah.
So
your KPIs.
100%. Hiring mistakes tend to hit harder than almost anything else. 74% of small business owners say they have a bad can't speak today. Let's try this again. 74% of small business owners say a bad hire costs them more than $10,000 in lost productivity, morale, and time. I would say that's low. I would say it's higher than that.
Definitely, because for us, like one bad employee could say something really bad on the phone or to a patient, and we
all of a sudden you got negative Google reviews, you got people ticked off, not coming back, and then it's not just one person; it's them spreading to other people.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to go see Mitch. Oh no, don't go see Mitch. He's a real jerk, you know, or whatever it may be.
Or the office cancer, like within the like you said, everyone knows everyone in the your front office knows who's the one that's actually doing the work, and that person that's not will leech everyone else's productivity.
It's interesting. I've been doing this now, running my own firm since 2007, and we obviously didn't have employees right away, but we had them pretty quickly after that. I have never had an employee who either quit or who I fired, who I later wish that had not happened. Now, I have a lot of employees who worked for us who left, even a couple that I did fire that I'm still friends with and I still would refer cases to and so forth. But at the time they were in the office, they were not a good fit for the office.
Yep.
I had a woman who was with us for like 7 years, and she put her notice in to go to some place that was going to pay her more than I could afford to pay her. And that I like her a lot. I still do. Still have in contact with her. But for her at that point in time, it was the right move for her, and it actually was the right move for the office.
What did you notice change?
She was going through some personal stuff at the time, and it was affecting her work, and it was affecting her attitude. Now, I think there's a whole bunch of ways it could have worked out, and I would have loved for her to stay on the staff. Hell, I might even hire her back if the opportunity came up. But at the time, it was the right decision for her, and it was frankly the right decision for the office. The firing part is more interesting, though. I've been guilty repeatedly of giving people too many opportunities to fix problems and being too slow to fire.
Hire slow, fire fast.
Yeah.
Fast to hire, slow to fire.
Other way around. Fast to fire, slow to hire.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to be slow to hire.
Yeah, you're supposed to be.
But you were fast to hire
and
slow to fire.
I'm a firm believer, for the most part, that a bad employee is a result of bad training. For the most part, there are exceptions.
For sure.
But until I'm confident that we put in all the effort to train someone, I don't want to fire them. Yeah, I just don't. I had to lay off several people in a single day at one point, and that was one of the worst days by far in my office ever. Hated it. Now, firing somebody who it's time for them to go, no problem with that whatsoever. Or we had an employee who left us last year, the year before. I don't remember what it was. When she left us, it was interesting. She did great work. Like, the quality of what she would produce was fantastic. But she would step on toes in the office. She would piss people off. There was kind of an elitist attitude towards some people. It was not good. It was not good for the people within the office. So regardless of how good you are as an employee in terms of the work you do, if you have a negative effect on people around you, that hurts things.
Oh, yeah. We've noticed that too, for sure. We've had plenty of those issues. I had one person even just second guess what we were doing in the office, and that day, all right, you're done.
Yeah.
And then that employee goes, oh, thank God. Like why are you even here at this point? You just leave. Just put in your notice. Yeah. But definitely hire for attitude and culture fit first. Skills are second. You can most skills you can teach. Some characteristics you can't, but with the good systems and, like you said, training, some of those production metrics should be able to.
You remember the guy from, you ever seen the movie The Office?
Of course.
The guy that loves the red stapler.
Melvin.
So Melvin, that's right. Now, he's a great example, I think, right? I mean, Melvin is not going to fit in culturally with a whole lot of places.
No.
If you need a guy to do
stapling, pushing
maybe
papers.
He'll work fine.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you need. But in terms of an actual team member that's going to fit in, I'm not sure Melvin's going to be the one.
I'll say in a small team, no, but a big team where you need someone who's going to push the papers, push the things, he would fit. Sit in a cubicle,
there's a place.
Process the paperwork.
There's a place.
Yep.
Not my office, but there's a place. Yeah.
Definitely not. We need some personality.
Yeah. Now, there's, of course, a difference between micromanagement and accountability. Small team leaders often fall into micromanagement by default.
Definitely. Yeah. So you got to create systems, delegate with clarity, and check in weekly, not hourly.
I've gotten better and better delegating and saying, this is yours, you own this. And I get a little frustrated when people come back to me and they're like, well, you're asking me questions. I'm like, no. I gave this to you for a reason. You make the decision, success or failure, it's on you.
It's on you.
Get it done.
I would love to say that.
You just got to Let it go.
You
You got to frozen it. Let it go.
That one's not my call though. That's where the
understand.
working with the business partners off.
I understand.
The thing.
I understand. And I've seen Ella when she's mad, and you don't want to see Ella when she's mad.
No, she's the real Hulk for sure. But she's more the Red Hulk.
Yes. Create systems, delegate with clarity, check in weekly. Those are all good points you made there.
Because if you don't, we've definitely done it. We're like, oh, I told you to do this, but I'm like, when did we follow up? We have to follow up with it. Yeah. If we don't follow up that it got done, then we're just talking.
The last part of this, of course, not trying to check in hourly. That's micromanagement.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Set expectations clearly. Job scorecards, daily huddles, and shared priorities can all be useful in those things.
Yeah, I like this one. If I'm the only one that knows how to do it and what done looks like, then yeah, nothing's gonna get done.
I think that's a big mistake. I had someone in our office once who they wanted to handle all the cases within a particular practice area and never have to expand past that. And they were the only ones that could do this. And as a result, it never grew.
No. It's
and
like
when they're out, it's a
something
problem.
so hard, squeezing the flowers and it kills the
There
flowers.
should be redundancy across people.
Oh, for sure.
If you want to be successful.
We noticed that with some of our, like one of our admin employees where it's like, yeah, we're the only ones that could do these things. We're like, okay, for a while that worked, but now there's more people. Yeah. And some people even said like, hey, this is one of those choking points where it's like, hey, if like this isn't good because like they're almost slowing the whole process down because they're the only one that knows how to do it. If someone else knows how to do it, then they would fear too that their job security's on the line. They're like, no. I've literally told our employees like, if you're not going to work here as a team, like you won't get fired because of your performance right now. We will let you go because your attitude is piss poor. Yeah. If you can't fit in here culture wise and work together and just flat out just talk nice, then you won't have a spot here. Like if you're worried that someone's like you're losing a patient or to another doctor, like you don't have a place here. Like if the patient wants to go see someone else, then they got to go see someone else. If you don't like that, then tough shit. Like that's
people have their egos get caught up in things a little too often. Some things like that. It's harder for them to see the big picture. As a business owner, it tends to be easier. Right?
You ever pull some more things?
Yeah.
And more control or I don't know what was ownership over those things because you're the owner. But
well, I mean, for me, at the end of the day, I want to see the business succeed. Yes, I want to do well. We're competitive. I mean, we're lawyers. You are competitive by nature. But I want to see everybody else be successful as well.
Because then it also raises the brand.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I know I'm not the right lawyer. And somebody else in my office might be the right lawyer for that client. For sure.
I would much rather see my associates more busy than me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of being busy, one of the things that really eats into that is absenteeism. It costs small businesses on average $3,600 per year per employee.
So absenteeism is what then? Being in the office and being on your phone, not showing up?
No, not showing up. Yeah, calling in sick.
Okay.
Because the reality is when somebody calls in sick, maybe you can still get the work done, but you got to shift things around, which takes an impact on other people. I've had an employee who tends to call out sick on Mondays, I've noticed. Not every time. But I do know they went to a Bears game earlier this year on a Sunday, and they weren't feeling so great on Monday morning at like 3 a.m. Shocking. Shocker. This is not a first time. This is a several time thing. And I'll be honest with you, I would rather them simply say, I'm going to go out and have a good time on Sunday. I'm not coming on Monday. No. Like, okay, fine. We can at least plan around it.
Yeah.
But when you
proactively
hit me,
versus 3 a.m.
100%. We got to shuffle things around. I mean, it's, Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten we get like oh, my kid's sick deal. I'm like, especially now, like we get it. We can't really predict those types of things.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we like those as like in as much as in advance as possible. Or now the holiday season where you had your blackout date, like, hey, this week, no one asked for PTO, no one asked for time off.
Right.
For this week.
Right.
Not in December, but for this week in November. But we said like, hey, with the holidays, like let us know as much in advance, like within 30 days in advance if you need holidays off. And like we had employees like after the deadline give us stuff. I'm like, well, you're not really helping us out, bud.
One of the tips here is about dealing with absenteeism and low morale is combat it by making purpose part of the job. Employees who know why their work matters are more likely to show up consistently. I think this has to do with people feeling like they're a critical, important part of the team.
Not just a cog in a wheel.
No. No. I'm not as good about it as I should be. I think I'm better than I used to be. Every so often, I will pull someone aside and say, hey, I want you to understand that you may not think this is a big deal, but you play an important role, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the case for not just, my attorneys who are partners in the firm, but also all the way to the receptionist, all the way to my daughter who cuts the grass. I mean, they all play an important role.
If you got long grass, no one wants to come in. Everyone thinks you're closed.
That's true.
It's important to look like you're open.
That's not a bad point, Mitch.
Yeah.
I haven't cut the grass there, so there you go. Feedback, you should be giving it weekly, not just when it's bad, but also when it's good.
Yep.
Giving compliments, people generally like compliments. Some people get a little uncomfortable with them, but people generally like to know when they're doing something well. I personally think if you're going to go in and you're going to tell somebody that they've really screwed something up, you should try to find something else.
The compliment sandwich?
Yeah, the compliment sandwich.
I love you. You suck, but you're awesome.
I don't know that I go that far.
Yeah, it's.
But if all you're ever giving an employee is negative feedback, that's going to take a toll.
I have a hard time with that, personally. Usually I tend to point out what we did wrong, and then someone gets upset.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I try to be nice about it.
Small office environments, of course, can get awkward. Don't let the feedback pile up until it becomes resentment.
Yeah. Yep. That will eat away at things for sure. Yeah. Use praise in public, correct in private rule.
Yeah.
I've done this pretty good. There's a couple times where I'm like, hey, I need everyone to hear this. Like, I'll say something out loud, like what I said with one employee. Like, your attitude is what's going to get you in trouble, not your production. Like,
you said that in front of the people?
No, that part I said.
Oh, you wanted to.
I said it loudly. But I'm like, or I've had someone an employee talk aggressively towards me. I'm like, dude, you need to not.
I will say this: in the event that you make the decision that you're going to fire somebody, sometimes that should be done in such a way where other employees understand what the issue was and that there are repercussions.
I haven't let anyone go in public.
I haven't either. But that information, it
kind of almost like an
around.
after action report or a debrief with the team. Like, hey, we had to do this. Yeah, definitely.
So let's play a little deal or dumbbell.
Deal.
And for this, Mitch, I'm going to be asking you some questions. You tell me if it's a deal or dumbbell. And of course, for listeners, a deal means it's something that's good. A dumbbell means it's a dumb idea.
Perfect.
All right. So here we go. Number 1, shut down the office for an afternoon and take the team to an escape room to build communication, problem solving, and maybe find out who's secretly claustrophobic.
Definitely a deal. We've done that before. Teams love it. And we escaped with 5 minutes left.
We have not in the office done an escape room. My children have traumatized me from escape rooms.
Really?
I had a perfect score, and then my kids discovered escape rooms, my son in particular, and he really just likes to open up the locks and find things and then not tell you where he found them.
Oh.
So I love my son, but as a teammate, I want to murder him sometimes.
Yep. You need communication.
Yeah,
we've done 2 escape rooms, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah, we haven't done that with the office yet.
There was one at the Promenade, and there was one all the way near Aurora. The Aurora one's a top in the in the Midwest.
Yeah. Deal or dumbbell, nothing says team bonding like putting your spinal integrity in Becky's hands. Trust fall. That's what we're talking about. Team trust fall.
Do it with, it's definitely a deal with some parameters on that one. Don't have me
So here's the funny
fall
thing.
for someone smaller.
When I was prepping this and getting ideas for it, one of the things I used to put this all together was that it auto-generated. It was like, no, you shouldn't do that. I actually think, because I come from I don't know if I told you this.
It said don't do a trust fall?
It said don't do a trust fall. And liability issues, whatever.
Yeah.
So my minor's in leadership studies, and in college, we did a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of team building, trust building exercises, and so forth. I will say this without any hesitation, because I've seen it go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You do need to have some basic safety things in place.
Yes.
Like someone's responsible for the person's head.
A mat.
Make sure the head doesn't hit the ground. You are responsible for their head.
Yep.
I think it can be a good thing. I think in a lot of instances in the office environment with certain people, that would not be something that people would take well.
No, I could see going sideways if it was just an uneven matchup. But we did do one Instagram post with that where it was I can't remember what it was. It was something about trusting us with your health, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was someone on, you're the one talking on the camera and you're about to catch someone. And you go to trust fall and you step away and look at the camera
I've seen
start
those.
talking. But
Those
then
are funny.
in the background of the clip, there's someone catching them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
That one produced pretty well.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one from you guys. I'd like to see that.
It's posted.
Bring your kid to work day. Let everyone bring their kid in for a few hours.
In our office, that would be a dumbbell. because there's just too many people. But if it
The
was like
only
a corporate office-ish, I'd say one where you're not getting a lot of like clients or people coming through that aren't part of your work culture, then I would say that would be a deal.
If you're doing a family picnic, if you're doing some kind of an activity, purely social, I think it's fine.
Well,
I don't know how we would do it.
Next week we're doing our office Christmas party, and we're having kids. Like we're bringing our kids. We're bringing the like.
But again, it's social. It's not
social.
Yeah.
There's other kids there. We got Santa to come. Dewey's going to be there.
Friday morning walking meetings. And the idea is instead of sitting around a table, you go for a walk around the block while you talk about weekly priorities.
I'll call that's a double deal. Anytime you can do a walking meeting, do it.
What would your office do if you propose this? You go back to the office tomorrow and you're like, hey, I've got a great idea. We're having a walking meeting. We're leaving 20 minutes. Get your coat.
Right now in the weather, probably not very good. My wife would not be happy. But I
Slip
do
and
see
fall results in work comp claim.
No, definitely not. But in the summer, there are some. They don't do a meeting, but there are some receptionists at other offices in our building and next door. I think there's like an oral hygienist next door, or oral surgeon. I can see his CAs or something, assistants or people are walking laps around our building.
Is that right?
In the summer, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I don't think they do meetings, but they should. They definitely should.
Slack channel for pet pics and memes.
Ooh.
The idea is to keep morale up, a little digital nonsense bonus point for cat memes that work with metaphors.
The F3 group has that. Kind of like a just deposit of dumb stuff.
I got to tell you, I had to turn that off because I didn't know how to. I kept getting alerts so often, I had to turn it off. So I don't get any now.
You can mute it for the day and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I almost tagged you.
It was too many.
I basically like am in charge of the complex post on Thursdays now. I was going to tag you, but I remember you said you turned it off. So like, it's not going to make.
You have to text me or email me or something because I won't. Yeah, I won't see that.
But we should definitely do for our office Slack. We should definitely do some pet.
That's a good one for you. Okay,
that's a deal. Just to break up some of the monotony.
All right. Monthly shout out showdown. Every month, everyone nominates a teammate for something they crushed. Winner gets coffee, lunch on the boss.
That's a deal. That's a good for now.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah. No.
Everyone nominates somebody. That's interesting.
But then who wins? Who decides who? Team vote?
Popular vote, I presume. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think maybe you read them all out of what people did. I think that'd be a good idea.
Almost like
so everybody gets credit for it.
Post anonymously and then pick out the best one.
Yeah. Some people probably nominate themselves, but whatever. Office karaoke night, bonding embarrassment, and off-key Whitney Houston. What could go possibly wrong, Mitch? Deal or dumbbell?
I would say that's a deal.
It's a deal.
But you have to hire everyone Ubers after.
Yeah, you definitely need to have a couple cocktails with that.
Definitely want the Ubers after.
So let's talk some takeaways here from this little session. Every hire, of course, matters. More in a small office. Don't rush it.
Yeah, definitely hire slow, fire fast.
I will say this as well. We didn't talk about this, but we now have an office of 11, soon to be 12 people. Hiring number 3 was so much harder than hiring number 12.
Yep.
Salary standpoint, people, duties, confidence in the business and so forth. So when you hire those first few people, it's just incredibly difficult to pull that trigger. So,
did you have their job roles and systems already planned out before you hired them? Yeah.
No, back then, absolutely not. Now we have it more well-defined. Yeah.
Yep.
We know why we're hiring them, what they're going to be doing. So,
which kind of comes to the next one. Clarity beats control. Set systems and expectations.
Yep. Lead with consistency, not with chaos.
Definitely. Feedback and recognition aren't optional. They're culture drivers. I need to get better on that.
People want that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Your energy sets tone. Show up how you want your team to show up. Set that attitude. Pick up that piece of paper that's on the ground. Let other people see you do it.
Yeah. Take out the trash. Yeah. Or change your light bulbs.
Yeah. Or change your light bulbs. I still do it.
Yep.
That is it for this week's episode and this week's leadership therapy session, so to speak, here on Dad's Deals and Dumbbells.
If your team is driving you crazy, take a breath, lead with intention, and maybe hide in your car for 5 minutes to just reset.
Yeah.
We've been there. Definitely done that.
Subscribe, share, and if your employee horror stories can top any of the ones that we've thrown out here, please, we want to hear all about them. Drop them in the comment section.
Definitely leave in the comments. Until next time, lift something heavy, build your business, and don't forget to thank the people who help you do both.
100%.
Definitely.